What's up, boys? UFC 317 just happened last Saturday. If you guys were watching the stream, you guys saw all my reactions and listened to all my commentary. Today, we're just going to go over a recap of every single fight on the card. I'm going to put all my reactions in the video, dude, to every single result of big fight. It's going to be the Topuria slamming Olivera in round 1. This is going to be my reaction to that. This will be my reaction to fucking Joshua Van dropping Brandon Royval in the third. My video got copyrighted on TikTok. Fuck TikTok, man. I hate you guys. That was my most viral video. I got like 20k likes and 200,000 views on TikTok from that video or that reaction. And it was me and my homie Nate. We were reacting to Joshua Van dropping Royval in round 3. But man, TikTok took it down, man. They took it down. But we just can't have good things anymore. So I'm going to put every single reaction in the video. But again, you know how it goes. I'm going to recap every single fight on the card from the early prelim fight that we watched all the way to the main event. Here we go. All right. Starting off. You guys notice I got a new camera. This result of the fight right here, mate. Let me tell you something about Johanna Diniz. This man is a great fighter. Johanna Diniz beats Alvin Hines. Who would have known? Who would have thought, man? Who would have thought? Johanna Diniz outstrikes a fat operating engineer who works for a living, not a fighter for a living. Who would have known? Johanna Diniz outstrikes and outdoes Alvin Hines. It got uncomfortable for Johanna Diniz because he was getting caught at certain moments. And yeah, Alvin Hines did a lot better than I expected. It was kind of funny because because they have fighter meetings and everything before fight day, and Megan Levy's like, yeah, and then Alvin Hines, he said he used to be a criminal and he changed his life, and then he'd love to go on the Joe Rogan experience after he makes a statement. That's right, Joe. And after that, Megan Levy says that Joe Rogan is dead silent. There is no chime in or response from Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan doesn't know who the fuck this guy is. He doesn't know who this guy is, asking them to come on the podcast. He already had a situation like that with the fucking Liver King already. Now, this random guy who somehow miraculously makes it on a UFC pay-per-view is asking to go on his show and said that in the fighter meeting. And then what does Joe Rogan say? Absolutely fucking nothing. Total L for Alvin Hines. And took the L on the night, too. Alvin Hines just overall couldn't find the range. I mean, he did land some shots there, here, and there, but it seems like a lot of times he was just short of the shots. Too predictable, too open every time he throws the right hand. Every throws that right hand, that left hand is low. So Johanna Diniz was hitting him with that check left hook a lot. Overall, just outstruck Alvin Hines. Who would have known? Alvin Hines, he has some potential because his heavyweight is a shitty division. He is a shitty fighter. So he has some potential, man. Johanna Diniz, not so impressive either. Shouldn't been this close whatsoever. Alvin Hines should have had no success in this fight, but Johanna Diniz somehow let this man have success. Johanna Diniz, Alvin Hines, total blob matchup, blob fight. Johanna Diniz is just, this fight just showed how bad the skill level is at unranked heavyweight. But yeah, that's it, man. Moving on. I got no reaction for this fucking fight. Moving on. Nico Price, Jacoby Smith. Jacoby Smith looked like ass. This man was gassed out after a round of grappling against Nico Price. Jacoby Smith, he made this fight way too competitive. There's no reason why. The only reason why this guy won is because Nico Price put himself in a bad position. Not because Jacoby Smith is just so good and such a big favorite, such a great prospect that he just brung the fight to Nico Price and submitted him on his own terms. Nico Price got submitted on his own terms. Nico Price rolled on his fucking stomach. He rolled on his stomach like he was a baby. And then ready for a burp. And then Jacoby Smith lats up that rear naked choke and cements him in round 2. And Nico Price, man, this fight should have been over in the first 2 minutes of the fight. Jacoby Smith made this shit look competitive. Jacoby Smith gassed out after the first round. Jacoby Smith looked like he was going to lose for a second. Jacoby Smith was getting low-key beat for moments by Nico Price. The man who got knocked out by Robbie Lawler. old, washed Robbie Lawler with an uppercut and clinch was almost going to beat this new prospect because this new prospect was gassing out. And his wrestling wasn't really working. And Nico Price's Unk Jiu-Jitsu was able to overall help him survive most of this fight until it ended, of course, after he rolled on his belly like a fucking baby and got burped, aka rear naked choked in round 2. J.K.B. Smith gets it done. Who would have saw it coming? But J.K.B. Smith, he looked like dog ass in this fight. J.K.B. Smith gets finished by another prospect of welterweight. He's getting all these layups, but J.K.B. Smith, he's going to get beaten later in his career. Nico Price, again, he's going to get beat later in his career. J.K.B. Smith, terrible performance. Not good enough, man. Made it way too close. And yeah, man, J.K.B. Smith submits Nico Price. Not impressive whatsoever, man. Something is impressive here. Terrence McKinney submits Vyacheslav Borshev in a minute. Oh, he switches to a guillotine. Top mounted guillotine. Now it's really tight. He's gonna submit him. He's gonna submit him. He's kicking. He's kicking. Just trying to keep himself conscious. He's tapped. McKinney, round 1 submission. Holy shit. Like I said, when you're so good and so one-dimensional at the highest level, it's not going to work, man. It's not going to work. Vyacheslav Borshev, he does have the striking, but again, he doesn't have the same pop anymore. So if this was a striking battle, he would have lost it still. But Terrence McKinney, Terrence McKinney, like I said, he has the wrestling, he has the jiu-jitsu, he has that option. And Terrence McKinney, he's locked in, he's ready to go. He's not fucking around. So Terrence McKinney goes out there immediately, gets the guillotine position, and Vyacheslav Borshev gets rolled on his back. Terrence McKinney on top mount with the guillotine. Vyacheslav Borshev kicking his legs like a fucking toddler, and Terrence McKinney feels Vyacheslav's little legs flopping right behind him. So Terrence McKinney ties up the legs, makes it hard for Vyacheslav to have any chance of kicking out. Terrence McKinney puts his weight, leans back, Arlo on the choke, gets Vyacheslav Borshev out of there, dude. Vyacheslav Borshev, man, it's time to get cut, bro. You're going to karate combat, brother. Terrence McKinney, man, glad he got this shit over with quick. Get him back right in the octagon, please. Get this man back up on his title run. No, I'm kidding. On his run in the UFC, Vyacheslav Borshev cut him, sent him to the PFL or karate combat. Vyacheslav Borshev just gets exposed once again. Terrence McKinney just runs right through him. Nothing really much to gain from this fight other than Vyacheslav Borshev should be cut from the UFC. 8-5 now, 8-6. Just has no way. So it's like recently just has no success at all on the octagon whatsoever. So Vyacheslav Borshev, cut him, send him to karate combat. That's the only place this guy will survive. Moving on. Viviana Rougeau versus Tracy Cortez. What a boring ass fight. All right. This was the Gooners main event, but again, the Goon was not really that entertaining. Tracy Cortez kind of stinks it up a little bit. Not in that way, but stinks it up a little bit. Smothers Viviana Rougeau to a decision. Viviana Rougeau again. So in the high level of MMA, we still got fighters out here who have absolutely no rush and no incentive to win a fight when they're down on the scorecards, of course. Viviana Rougeau clearly down 2 rounds in the 3rd round. Over there throwing two strikes per 3 minutes, every 3 minutes. And yeah, man, Viviana Rougeau, she did not want to win this fight whatsoever. Viviana Rougeau looked like she didn't want to be out there. Viviana Rougeau did not strike whatsoever. Viviana Rougeau didn't even try, man. They didn't even try. And it was just pathetic seeing her down on the scorecards, obviously, and just not putting up any output whatsoever. Honestly, cut her too. Get her up out of here, man. Viviana Rougeau, no heart, no talent. No anything really, just keeps losing against the top competition. Anytime she goes against someone good, she always loses. Get her out of the UFC. I'm tired of watching this shit. I'm tired of watching fighters really just have no heart and no incentive to win when they're clearly down on the scorecards and just overall just are just out there to get a paycheck, man. No. Get her out of the UFC. That was fucking shitty. I hated this performance from Viviane Araújo. I didn't pick her. To win, but again, dude, it's just seeing that people who just don't want to be there and they're just there, stinking it up, not going for any type of not going for any type of risk to win themselves the fight. Yeah, man, Viviane Araújo and Tracy Cortez just overall just mixes the martial arts on her, which is too much for Viviane's brain and her heart. So Tracy Cortez gets the takedowns, gets a control time. Overall, just wins every single exchange on the feet and on the fight. Yeah, Tracy Cortez wins unanimous decision. Who would have thought? Oh my God. Ooh! They're scrapping. Jose Miguel Delgado gets thrown! Scrappy already. Here we go. Ooh, right hand lands. Oh! Oh my God! Holy shit! Oh my God, that was nasty. Oh my God! Jose Miguel Delgado slimes Haider Emil. Who would have thought? I'm being serious. I'm not being sarcastic. I didn't think this was gonna happen, man. But Jose Miguel Delgado just kind of like flows in every single strike in this finish, man. From the right hand and from Haider Emil shelling up, the step through for Jose Miguel Delgado, and the knee right into the chin, bro. It's like Jose Miguel Delgado was drilling this in the back. Drilling this all camp of just stepping right hand, step through, knee up the middle when Haider recovers up. And because it just flowed so beautifully. So beautifully. Like, bro, I cannot believe Haider Emil got finished like that, man. I didn't see that happening. Haider Emil was undefeated. Oh, man, it was sad to watch because I did pick Haider Emil. I did believe in the hype. The little hype that he had amongst us, bro. Haider Emil, man, just gets absolutely slimed in round one in 30 seconds, dude. Just had no time to have any sort of like implementing the game plan, or there's no game plan, but just implementing the scrap. But Jose Miguel Delgado gets it done. First round TKO, bro. It just flowed so beautifully. Right hand, step through, knee up the middle. Puts Haider Emil down. Jose lands a couple elbows. The stoppage, it was good, even though Haider Emil immediately got up and protested. Haider Emil took two big-ass shots, bro. Knee up the middle, elbow, and another one right after that, I believe. And, yeah, that's already seen enough, bro. Haider Emil was slumped out cold. But his recovery is great. That's what I've seen. But the ref stepped in. Great stop. A good stoppage, though. I'm not complaining about it, really. Haider Emil went down like a fucking sack of potatoes. Like if you threw like a bag of bricks over a bridge, bro. Bro went down fast. Bro went down. He slumped like Olivera. And the ref, I forgot who it was. Ref already saw enough, stepped in. That was it was a good stoppage. But Jose Miguel Delgado, man, just the overall flow of that combination, that finishing combination was so sick. Step right hand, step through, knee, boom. It was like he knew exactly what Haider Emil was gonna do. He knew he was gonna shell up after the right hand. So awesome for Jose Miguel Delgado, bro. Get him back in there, bro. Get him back in the octagon. Haider Emil, give him some time off, man. TKO loss, bro. Big TKO loss. Jose Miguel Delgado, though, hype. I'm hyped about this guy. Can't wait to see him fight soon, bro. Get him back in there, dog. Get him back there in 2 or 3 months, man. Yeah. Crazy fucking finish. Moving on. Oh, my God, bro. Gregory Rodriguez kills Jack Hermanson in the octagon, bro. Jack Hermanson, just play my reaction, bro. Uppercut from Hermanson. And Gregory Rodriguez is not landing, but he's getting caught when he's exiting. Whoa! Oh, holy shit! Oh my God! Holy fuck! Oh my God, that was nasty. That was so nasty. Oh, that hammer fist. Dude, Hermanson looks dead. Hermanson looks dead. Bro, I thought Gregory Rodriguez I thought he killed Jack Hermanson. I'm being serious. I thought he killed Jack Hermanson, bro. Jack Hermanson was out cold on his back for 3 minutes. And it doesn't help the fact that Herb Dean kind of watched Gregory Rodriguez step over Jack Hermanson's dead body and hit him again, bro. And it was like, it was brutal. It was brutal. Just to see Gregory Rodriguez obviously just, he knows he just killed Jack Hermanson. And the audacity to step around his dead body and hit him again. And Herb Dean just like, do not make me get into this fight. Unless you're Gregory Rodriguez. Hit that motherfucker again. Boom! Gregory Rodriguez hits him again, bro. While he's on the ground, out cold. This was like the follow-up shot that Topuria hit Olivera with. Just was not necessary, bro. Unnecessary, but... Man, dude. I thought Jack Hermanson was going to craft it up, man. But it was just... I don't know, man. It was just a matter of time before Gregory Rodriguez... Because Gregory Rodriguez was being very patient. He wasn't going out there throwing every single fight. Just going at bat out of hell. Just going at Jack Hermanson. Patient, waiting for the opening. Found the opening with the right hand into the uppercut, dude. Jack Hermanson had his hands down. Got caught. And got put out cold bad. Bad, bro. I thought he was dead. I thought Jack Hermanson was dead, bro. I thought Jack Hermanson was going to be wheeled out on a stretcher because fuck, man. That shit was scary. That was a scary knockout, dude. Scary knockout. Bro literally RoboCopped his ass, dog. Like, you know what RoboCop pulls out the fucking gun like that's exactly what Gregory Rodriguez. Gregory Rodriguez hit that motherfucker with a missile. And Jack Hermanson was out cold for 3 minutes. 3 minutes, I think. That's what it felt like. It felt like it was forever that he was out cold. I really deadass thought he was gonna die. Put Jack Hermanson in a fucking coffin, literally, dude. And my reaction to this fucking knockout was crazy too, bro. It was unbelievable, man. Unbelievable power from Gregory Rodriguez. That into that uppercut, man. It was so nasty. So nasty, dude. Moving on. Oh my god, man. The Pride Month man prevails. Payne Talbot beats Felipe Lima. And, you know, obviously, I thought the man who moved up on short notice and beat Muhammad Naimov by submission in round 2 was going to be Payne Talbot. But Payne Talbot all of a sudden gets takedown defense. Felipe Lima cannot complete a takedown to save his life. Cannot use his brain to fight. Felipe Lima was catching Payne Talbot in round 1, bro. He was catching Talbot in round 1 and was still scared of him, bro. This man lost to Zesty Man Talbot, man. This man lost during... There was no way. But I'm also thinking there was no way Payne Talbot was going to lose during Pride Month, man. There's no way he was going to lose during Pride Month. But Felipe Lima... Again, dude. Felipe Lima and Renato Moicano, who I will get to, disappointed me, bro. Because they had success on the feet, but they still want to implement their grappling game plan. And it just so dumb. So dumb, bro. Payne Talbot walks in with his hands low. Felipe Lima gets his guard up, dude. Who is going to get hit more, you think? Who do you think is more susceptible to getting hit? Felipe Lima, you? Or Payne Talbot, who you were cracking already in the first round. And I scored you the first round because of the amount of damage you landed on Payne Talbot. Felipe Lima was catching Talbot with those overhands, bro. Those straight shots down the pipe. Payne Talbot, man, he was getting caught by Felipe Lima. But Felipe Lima wanted to implement that grappling so bad. So bad. And when he didn't get it, man, he just kept going. And that just really was Felipe Lima's downfall. Was his IQ, man. I mean, props to Payne Talbot for discovering takedown defense within the last few months. And how good is Raoni Barcelos? No, I'm kidding. But oh my gosh. Just seeing that from Felipe Lima. it's disappointing, man. We were hyping him up so bad. I was hyping him up so bad, bro. And now Payne Talbot just literally ejaculated in my face. No homo. With this absolute out of nowhere performance from him. Discovering takedown defense finally after a few months in his whole UFC career. Beating Felipe Lima, not really an entertaining way, but overall just stuffing the takedowns and just landing more pitter-patter shots on the feet, not really having really big exchanges. The only big power shots that were landed in this fight were from Felipe Lima's fist on Payne Talbot's open-ass chin. And Felipe Lima just abandoned that. He was going to win on the feet, but he chose not to. And Felipe Lima just didn't give up on those takedowns, which ultimately cost him in this fight, man. Him going in for those takedowns, Payne Talbot always finding a way to get that wizard, always finding a way to push on the hips, get out of their reverse position on the cage. Payne Talbot, dude, he just looked a lot better than when he did against Harney Barcelos. And Felipe Lima, man, just overall, just dumb fight IQ, man. Dumb fight IQ, no fight IQ from Felipe Lima. Not realizing what he was having success in and sticking to that. And yeah, man, that's just ultimately costing him this fight. It's just him probably having a mostly grappling heavy camp against Payne Talbot, which kind of sucks, man. This man is probably preparing for this whole fight camp, hard grappling, and he could barely get a single takedown against Payne Talbot, bro. Barely get a single takedown. But again, Payne Talbot, man, he wasn't really throwing really big shots on the feet. He was just trying to kind of outpoint Felipe Lima. I think this kind of tells that he is still kind of scared of that takedown threat still. So it's kind of the same thing kind of happens with Kaikara when there's a big takedown takedown threat. They just kind of really shell up on the feet and don't really throw that much. But Payne Talbot, yes, he was on the forward pressure, but he wasn't throwing a lot to get himself into these open big takedown positions and danger. And overall, him just outpointing Felipe Lima and Felipe Lima just being a fucking absolute dumbass. And not realizing his success really costed him the fight and gave Payne Talbot the W. Again, fuck Payne Talbot. I hate this guy. Pride Month prevails, man. What can I say? I should have thought of Pride Month. I should have got that in consideration. Man, banish that fucking month. Alright, moving on. Listen to me, motherfucker. I can't afford to lose. I can't afford it. Because Renato Moicano had no fucking incentive to win either, man. Same thing with Felipe Lima, man. Just could not realize his success. Man. Drops Dariush badly in round 1. Play my reaction, please. Play my reaction for that. Ooh. Woo. Blocked the body kick from Dariush, man. Oh! Moicano cracked him! Oh, crack 2 down the pipe.
Dude,
sends him down. And yeah, dude, he drops him in round 1, gets him hurt, realizes his success which is on the feet. And what does he do? He goes back to a grappling heavy style and minimizing his output on the feet because he has no cardio for this. He did no cardio camp for this whatsoever. You basically had 16 weeks to prepare for this guy for Beneil Dariush, and you're not considering your conditioning. You knew Beneil Dariush, a fight with him is going to be a dogfight. There's going to be big wrestling exchanges, grappling exchanges, rolling, flowing. There's going to be a lot of energy exerted into the wrestling, into the grappling against a guy like Beneil Dariush. I don't know what Renato Moicano's plan was. I don't know why he wasn't ready for this. And his takedown defense did not look good, bro. Beneil Dariush did not fail a single takedown. Renato Moicano just kind of... all his grappling hype, for me, died. All of it died. There was no dominant top position from Renato Moicano. There was none of that. Man. He didn't get Beneil Dariush down once. And Beneil Dariush got him down 5 times. It's sad to see, man. It's sad to see because Renato Moicano realized his success on the feet. But again, tries to initiate the grab. There is a moment in this fight where Renato Moicano is down 2-1. And this man shot a takedown in the last 15 seconds against the fence. I don't know, man. I don't know. Should I even pick fights anymore? Honestly, like, I don't know if I should even pick fights anymore, man. Because Renato Moicano just... Oh, my God. It's just... He's like, I admit I was a little very tired. I was very tired. I got a little tired there at the end. And Renato Moicano, man, that shit pissed me off, bro. Pissed me off. Hyping up Renato Moicano. Yes, he lost against Islam by round 1. But I'm like, again, dude, that's Islam Makhachev, bro. That's not... Beneil Dariush is nowhere on the same level. Beneil Dariush got chinned 2 times. Then once I seen Renato Moicano drop Beneil Dariush in the first round, I was like, Renato Moicano got the shit in the bag, bro. Stick to the striking, stick to the feet, and you got it. What happens next? Cannot defend a takedown. Tries to get his own takedowns. And no output on the feet. What the fuck am I supposed to do, man? Well, how am I supposed to see this coming? I can't never see these things coming. Renato Moicano just overall disappoints me, man. Disappoints me. Good shit from Beneil Dariush sticking it in there, and Unk still got it. Like that one clip with the fucking black dude with the jump rope or some shit. But Unk still got it. Beneil Dariush still got it, kind of. But again, was Renato Moicano really that good ever anyway? This performance, man, this shit pissed me off. I do not believe in the hype anymore for Renato Moicano after this, dude. The grappling hype and all this and blah, 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 blah. But it turns out Renato Moicano cannot grapple when he does not want to. When he is the guy who's getting taken down. When he is the guy on his back. When he has his back taken. It seems like he just cannot grapple. It's not on the same level as people say he is. As I thought he was. Just for some reason cannot be the such dominant grappler we all thought he was. When he is the one being taken down on his back. Getting his back taken. He just cannot be the most dominant guy from those submissive positions. From those terrible positions. He just is not the grappler we thought he was. He's not going to spin around, get up. He's just kind of accept the position, which really did piss me off too, because I thought Renato Moicano was the guy who was going to go out there and initiate the grappling and win in the grappling and win on the feet. But he got outpointed on the feet. He got taken down. He got dominated on the ground kind of in certain moments. Renato Moicano didn't have any moment where he was on top landing big elbows or none of that, man. It was honestly embarrassing. Honestly. And me picking Moicano, me being a Moicano fan, it just kind of did break my heart to see him not really try for a finish and go out there risking it all for the W. It just didn't happen. It didn't come from him, man. And Renato Moicano, man, I'm pissed. I'm mad at you, bro. Listen to me, motherfucker. I can't afford to lose. Because I just did. Moving on, man. Good shit from Beneil Dariush. My GOAT gets it done, bro. My reaction on TikTok, for me and my homie's reaction on TikTok for this fight went fucking viral, dude. We got like 20,000 likes on TikTok, like 200,000 views. And fucking TikTok took it down because of copyright. I get it. Whatever. I got to post reactions without the fight footage now. And yeah, let me pull it up here. Let's see what it says. See how many likes I had. I had so many fucking likes on that post, man. So many likes. Copyright claim. The UFC claims my video. Fuck you, UFC. I was actually going somewhere with this fucking YouTube shit. And now you destroyed it. I mean, no. I got a lot of Burmese supporters and people from Myanmar subscribing to my fucking TikTok, which is cool, man. I got a good amount of fans from that. Not fans, but followers from that. I got some subscribers. The stream ultimately gave me some more subscribers, which is nice. But again, back to this. Play me and my homie's reaction for this, bro. Here we go. Let's go! Come on, baby! Yeah! Fuck yeah! Let's fucking go! Let's go! What the fuck, man? Fuck! Let's go! Oh my gosh! Bro, fight of the fucking year. This is what, okay, I'm not going to say this is what MMA is all about, but this is what, oh my God, how can I say this without sounding like a fucking, not sounding like a total, like, non-MMA believer, or not person that doesn't get hyped by grappling. I'm not going to say, like, a guru take where it's just like, this is what the MMA UFC is about. This is what it's about, just straight boxing fights on the feet. This is what, I'm going to say, Joshua Van's the GOAT, bro. I'm not going to do any other take than that. Joshua Van is that fucking guy, bro. And he's fighting Pantoja next for the title. Fighting him next for the title. This was an awesome fight, dude. Joshua Van, he found the range for the right hands immediately in round one. Slipping the fucking jab, landing the overhands over the top. He found it immediately in round one, and I just felt relieved that he found that in round one, dude. Because I knew if Joshua Van was able to find his shots early, he would win this fight. Joshua Van found that range immediately, landed those right hands, cracked Brandon Royval a lot in this fight. Brandon Royval just kind of throwing jabs out there, being scared of being hit. It's kind of like what happened in this fight, but again, it was still a scrap. Brandon Royval, man, he was still there in this whole fight. Dude, the striking numbers on this shit was insane. 215 significant strikes for Brandon Royval, 204 significant strikes for Joshua Van in a 3-round fight, bro. Who does this shit, man? This cannot happen in any other division than flyweight. Just look at this. Round 2, Brandon Royval did win this round. 74 significant strikes to 87 significant strikes for Brandon Royval. Crazy shit, bro. So, Brandon Royval, he was getting pieced up in the first round. Joshua Van found his range early, landing the bigger shots. Overall, he busted up Brandon Royval's nose in the first round. Second round comes, Brandon Royval comes out, regains, like, just overall just steps on the gas, bro. That's why you see these crazy numbers here in round 2. It's because Brandon Royval put on that pace and that gas. He put it on. And Brandon Royval, he was connecting those one jabs, and he threw a 2, and he would turn it into a 3-4 punch combination. He'd go 1, 2, and then an uppercut to the left hand. And Brandon Royval was walking forward, mixing it up. But again, Joshua Van, even though being the guy, the shorter fighter, the guy with the not so long reach, was fighting the lean back left hands, the counter left hands, the slip right hooks. He was finding the range better than Brandon Royval ever did in this fight. That just shows you how good Joshua Van is. Joshua Van is that fucking guy, bro. He is that guy. He is him. Bro. Joshua Van has fought 6 times within a year, and he's already getting title shot. He got KO'd. He got caught by Charles Johnson about almost a year ago. And then now, ever since that, beats Edgar Chairez. Who did he beat after that? He beat Cody Durden after that. Who did he beat after that? He beat... who did he beat after that? Ray Cerulia after that. He beats Bruno Silva after that. Manel Kape pulls out against Brandon Royval. And on 3 weeks notice after he just fought, beats fucking Brandon Royval in a crazy 3-round war, drops him at the end of the fight. I go fucking crazy, dude. I'm gonna play that shit again, bro. I go fucking crazy in the 3rd round. Crazy. Because Joshua Van, it was a tied round going into the 3rd, man. I thought Brandon Royval was landing. He was landing the more, but he was landing a lot. His output was really good, and he was landing. But Joshua Van, even though he didn't throw as much as Brandon Royval, he was landing the bigger shots and the cleaner shots. But again, I was scared that the judges would go either way. So I was like, Joshua Van needs something big. He needs something big here. And when he needed something big the most, like 11 seconds left in the 3rd round, Brandon Royval comes forward with his chin wide up in the air, Joshua Van times it perfectly when he comes in. Right hand, overhand, right on Royval's chin. Drops Royval bad in the third round. And I think if there's like 30 seconds to 45 seconds more on the clock, Joshua Van would have finished him. Because Joshua Van was able to get up and get in Brandon Royval's guard. He was able to land a huge elbow at the last second of the fight. And then when Brandon Royval got up, dude, he was wobbling. He couldn't walk straight. He was wobbling. He was not all there, dude. Joshua Van fucking cracked him hard. And I went fucking crazy. And then let's give my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You know, you gotta love Joshua Van. Shout out my boy Jesus Christ. Jesus gave this man some fucking boxing superpowers, bro. Because Joshua Van, he was able to find the range early in the fight. Found it throughout the whole entire fight. Finally drops Royval in the third. In the third after a war. Almost gets the finish, man. Joshua Vance beats Pantoja, bro. That's all I gotta say. All I gotta say. Me and my homies always will ride and die for this man right here. I'm gonna get a Joshua Van cutout and put it like right here, just to show my support for Joshua Van, and hopefully he'll notice me one day. I don't know, but I'm dead ass thinking about getting a Joshua Van cutout and putting it like right here. like I don't know. I think PewDiePie had something like that back in the day, but I already forgot. Joshua Van gets it done, bro. He's gonna fight Pantoja next, bro. That is the fight, man. That is the fight. He's gonna fight Pantoja next for the title. He's fought 6 times, 6 times in a year, dude. He wasn't even ranked when he got knocked out, and now a year later, from being knocked out, he's already getting his title shot against Pantoja. Crazy activity from Joshua Van. I think him having a little more time off before the Pantoja fight will help him a lot. He'll be able to get a good grappler in there, a good heavy pressure grappler like Marab or something. I don't know, not Marab. Like, I don't know, like someone like Davison Figueiredo or something like that in there. Get him in there to train with them. Get him that Pantoja style. Prepare Joshua Van for it. He's going to beat Pantoja. He's going to knock Pantoja out. And I'm all here for it, baby. My goat, Joshua Van. Shout out to all my Burmese TikTok followers. Moving up on the card. Pantoja beats Elf on the Shelf. Not to plug Bedtime MMA there, but the Elf on a Shelf, this guy who pretends he's so hard and he's such a warrior and puts on an act, gets submitted in the third round. Pantoja had the body lock immediately in round 1 after 30 seconds of the fight. From that point on, I knew it was over. Because Carcar France, I knew coming in this fight that he probably wasn't able to do a goddamn thing to Pantoja. Sailing at 57 strikes, I do not remember a single one of those strikes that were significant. 38 significant strikes. I don't remember one of those that was significant against Pantoja, bro. Pantoja dominated the whole fucking fight, man. Pantoja was out there doubling up on leg kicks on Kai Kara. Kai Kara just had no business to be in there with Pantoja. I think Pantoja got the body lock immediately in the fight. The body triangle on the back has the body triangle immediately in the fight, bro. I knew it was over from that point on. And Pantoja is in a flow to where it's just like, we're just feeding him people. We're just feeding him. We're just feeding Pantoja title defenses because he's just that much lapped around the division, bro. He's that much better than everybody in the division. Unless but he hasn't fought Joshua Van. That's all I gotta say. He hasn't fought Joshua Van. Pantoja is gonna fight Joshua Van next. I'm not even really talking about the fight. I should. Pantoja gets the body triangle immediately, gets the back immediately. 30 seconds in the first round. He dominated every single exchange on the feet. Like I said, those big hooks to the body kicks he will land. He did land a couple of those. And ultimately, this really was just Pantoja dominating on the ground, man. And just Kai Kara being scared to exchange with Pantoja because he's afraid of opening himself up for a takedown. And Pantoja did a great thing, because he couldn't climb Kaikara to get those hooks in. So Pantoja would drag Kaikara to the ground in a body lock position, of course. So Kaikara would be trying to stand while Pantoja is sitting on the ground. What did Pantoja do? He kicked out Kaikara's calves straight so Kaikara can fall into Pantoja's body triangle. And that was some high level shit that I thought I would never see. I never thought I would see used. Not saying that I knew it was a strategy before, but just seeing it used and it just being like, what is he doing? And then he scoots out, basically scooting the hips out of Kaikara to make him sit into that body triangle more, sit into that position where Pantoja can lock up that body triangle. That was really sick to watch. Pantoja is an entertaining fighter to watch when it comes to skill for skill in the grappling. Overall, to him dominating these guys, it's just so entertaining, so fun to watch. But to be honest, Kaikara had no business being in there with Pantoja, bro. Kaikara France got exposed, bro. Go back to the fucking Apex, buddy. Go fight Kaikara versus Amir Albazi 2. What? Kaikara France? Back to the Apex? I don't know where I was going with that. But that was a bad impression plug. But Kaikara France, send him back to the Apex, bro. What? Kaikara? Albazi 2? You're a fucking genius, kid. Give this kid $1 million. Whoever that matchmaking kid is who somehow got into the UFC. Yeah, bro. Kaikara, go back to the Apex. Pantoja fighting Joshua Van next. He will lose. Pantoja will lose to Joshua Van. We all know that. And Pantoja just cannot. His chin is weak. His chin can't handle the boxing. It's not going to handle the boxing, the striking, the wrestling, the grappling. And Pantoja will not matter against Joshua Van. Joshua Van beats Pantoja, bro. The face-off in the octagon, that shit was sick. I'm actually hyped for a flyweight fight. Joshua Van, Pantoja, that face-off was sick, bro. I'm glad they let Joshua Van face off with Pantoja, bro. Sick matchup coming up, dude. Pantoja versus Joshua Van. Main event, co-main event, 5 rounds. Take my fucking money, bro. I'm not actually going to buy the pay-per-view this time. I might. I'm not giving up myself at all or my strategies on how I watch the main card. But I'm actually buy this one. Joshua Van, Pantoja, bro. That is for sure violence. And if Joshua Van could somehow stifle the grappling and the chain wrestling from Alessandro Pantoja and the flowing of his jiu-jitsu, it'll be a standout fight and it'll be fucking insane. Watching Joshua Van piece this motherfucker up and take his belt, and Joshua Van just gives him, after he knocks him out, just teabags him with his nuts dragging across his lips. And he gets the dub, man. Joshua Van beats Pantoja. What can I say, dude? I'm unbiased. I'm actually a very unbiased person. I can't go any further with that, bro. My voice is already kind of cooked, bro. I was yelling last Saturday, and just me trying to do impressions now is not good. Not good. But yeah, man. Pantoja makes Kaikara France look like he should not be in the cage with him. Just dominates him in the entire fight. Gets it done by submission. Kaikara France had it in him, bro. Kaikara was defending good, fighting the hands really good for a while. But again, bro, Pantoja was going to find it eventually. I knew he would. Able to find a rear naked choke. Gets Kaikara out of there. Kaikara goes to sleep after he taps. Let's go. Get this motherfucker out of here, bro. Big ass forehead ass boy. Go back to the Apex. Man, moving up to the main event. This was sad. Get those front kicks going again. Oh my god! Oh my god! Holy shit! He put Charles out cold. Bad. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm lost for words. I've never seen Charles go out like that. Ilia Topuria, bro. He's one of the greatest of all time, bro. I can't. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro. I don't know what to say right now. I don't know what to say right now, bro. I don't know what to say right now. This was really sad because Ilia Topuria just fucking absolutely slimes Charles Oliveira in round 1. I knew it was going to happen. I said it was going to happen, but I wanted Charles to win so bad, bro. And it's so surreal seeing Charles Oliveira being put out cold like that. And it's so surreal to see him actually, when he gets hit and he gets knocked down, he's knocked down, but he's still conscious, just a little wobbly, whatnot. To see Charles Oliveira go out cold, stiff on the ground after one shot, 2 shots, and then a follow-up that stiffens his body even more. It's so brutal and so sad because we were all rooting for Charles Oliveira. We were all rooting for him. We wanted him to win this fight. We wanted him to get this fight. But man, he got fucking annihilated, bro. Ilia Topuria, bro, hit him with a fucking missile. I mean, Jack Hermanson, Gregor Rodriguez, that was a murder, but this was an absolute decapitation, bro. Just the stakes of the fight and the fact that we never seen Charles Oliveira go out like that, and just to see it before my very eyes, dude, I was so shocked. I thought he was going to go down, and Charles Oliveira takes a couple of follow-up shots. Oh, he stops it. Charles Oliveira is clearly awake, bro. He's not like out cold. He's just kind of like, oh, what the fuck? Oh, he's like, ah, damn it. I took too many unanswered strikes. No. Ilia Topuria fucking lays Charles Oliveira out like a blanket, bro. He laid him out like a fucking picnic blanket, dude. Folded Charles Oliveira like a fucking lawn chair, man. Folded him bad. Out cold from one right hand. He was out with one punch already, and then Ilia Topuria had to follow it up with three more. That was the left hook on the way down and the 2 follow-up shots. Charles Oliveira gets put out bad. Bad. And it was just like the amount of shock that was in my body witnessing this was like, it was way too much for me to have like a crazy reaction because I've never seen Charles Oliveira be put out cold like that. I wasn't shocked that Ilia Topuria knocked him out. I was just shocked that Charles Oliveira was stiff on the ground, out cold. That's what I was shocked by. Was that. I mean, yeah, Ilia Topuria put him down. I knew that was probably most likely going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. But to see Charles Oliveira be put out on the ground like that, out cold, stiff, just really hit a different level of feeling. It was just like, it was definitely a different type of feeling for me. It was like surrealness and sadness at the same time. And I just couldn't really like express my emotions. When I saw it, I was like, oh my God. And I was just stuck because I just couldn't believe what I was witnessing, that Charles Oliveira was out cold on the canvas, stiff, out cold. And it was just kind of like, for me, it was the end of, Charles Oliveira was, his reign was ended, but it was just kind of like the end of Charles Oliveira. The end. That's what it felt like when I was witnessing it. It's like, he's never going to recover from this. Getting chinned like that, out cold, he's never going to recover from this. And to me, personally, it just hit like a different type of sadness and a different type of emotion to where I haven't felt in a long time. I probably felt the same way when Ilia knocked out Volkanovski. This motherfucker is responsible for my depression after seeing Volkanovski get knocked out cold. This fucking guy right here. But I can't hate him because, again, he's fucking cool as shit. And he always goes for the finish. He's a God-fearing man. So it's like, I can't hate him. But again, just the fact that he's knocking out all my favorite fighters. Of course, my favorite out of the bunch being Volk, and my second favorite being Charles, and my third favorite being Max. I was kind of happy for Ilia because I don't really care. I know I love Max's fight style, but I can't really associate. I can't really like feel for Max like that. But Charles Oliveira, the story from the favelas, made it to a championship fight. Took an L, and then made his way back, kind of. And then took a couple of L's, that's what it said. Made his way back to the title shot, and then gets put out cold like he wasn't even supposed to be there. Just to see from like the amount of happiness we've seen from Charles Oliveira when he first got his belt, and when he got his title, 2 title defenses against Dustin and Justin Gaethje, and just to see him lose that at Islam fight, we're like, oh, that doesn't mean anything. Beats Dariush, comes back, loses to Arman. I'm like, all right, he lost a decision. Gets a title shot. We're like, all right, let's go, Charles. Out cold in a minute, in 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Definitely a different type of feeling that I haven't felt in a long time. Just to see the story ultimately just end from Charles Oliveira, the comeback story, really. Just to see it end and just to see it just done like that, and Charles to be stiff out on his back, out cold. Like I said, it was just a different feeling for me. It was surreal but sad at the same time. Ilia Topuria, man, what a fucking absolute killer. Ilia Topuria, man, he's past the beep. He'll beat Islam. And it's just like Ilia Topuria, we got to start putting this guy almost near our top 5 or in our top 5 greatest of all time, dude. Because Josh Emmett, Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira. Great fights. I mean, Josh Emmett, yeah, whatever. But again, it's really the only thing that started it off. Josh Emmett, dangerous guy. Dangerous power. Ilia Topuria makes him look like a fucking fool for 5 rounds. 50-42. That was a scorecard, bro. 50-42 scorecard. That is crazy. It was that much of a fucking an ass whooping and a beatdown. Alexander Volkanovski, Ilia Topuria makes adjustments, slips and goes off of Volkanovski's jab, pressures him against the fence. Volk backs up with his chin up in the air. Ilia knows this, puts him out cold with a right hook. Max Holloway, able to make the adjustments. Pure boxing match, man. Able to make the adjustments, land the slap right hand down the pipe, hurts Holloway, get him up against the fence. Holloway goes for a knee, lands the left hook over the top, puts Holloway down, puts him out. Moves up to 155. Knows that Charles is going to try to meet him in the middle, fight. A fucking fight, dude. A whole Crusader Gladiator type fight with Ilia Topuria. He's going to trade with him. He doesn't give a fuck. He's a warrior. Finds the jab early. Finds the range. Baits Olivera in. Lands the right hook and the 2-3 of fucking doom. The 2-3 of doom puts Charles Oliveira's lights out. Cold. Flatline. I'm like, beep. Charles Oliveira was dead for like a second, bro. It was crazy. And we got to start saying Ilia Topuria is definitely going to be one of the greatest of all time, because it doesn't matter to me really what happens in his next fight. He's probably beat the shit out of Arman, probably knock his ass out. After that, dude, if he beats Arman like that, man, you got to put him in our top 5. We have to put him there. And he beats Islam, bro. He's arguably one of the greatest of all time. And the way he's doing it, the untouchable, undefeated streak. Undefeated, dude. It's just like... What's crazy about the knockout, nobody's seen this, but when he baited Charles in with the right hand, he slapped down Charles. He parried Charles' right hand. And when you train so much, and you train and you drill in the gym, and you're training with your coach, what you're exactly going to do when someone comes in, when they exchange with you, and you throw a combination so many times, it comes out instinctively. And you add something that like a parry, it's so beautiful to watch in slow motion. I mean, the crisp boxing that Ilia Topuria showed in that knockout where it was a parry, right hand, left hook, 2-3 of fucking doom. Puts Charles Oliveira out cold bad. And Charles didn't even see it coming, man. He didn't even see it coming. Slaps down the hand, right hand, left hook, puts him out cold. And it came out so crisp and so fluid. Ilia Topuria was drilling that shit his whole life. Drilling that shit this whole camp. Bait him in. Bam, bam, 2-3. Out. Like that. Jab to the body. Jab to the head. Step back. Step back. Sees a move. 2-3. Out cold. Ilia Topuria, man. He's so slick. So slick. Only to mention that Olivera did land a huge elbow in round 1. Right on Ilia's like gum line right here. Ilia wasn't even fucking phased. I think Islam would have stumbled. Anybody else would have stumbled but Ilia. Ilia fucking took that shit ate that shit like a fucking champ, which he is. So let me think of this. Ilia Topuria, not really unchinnable, kind of. Unchinnable. I want to just say it. That elbow was fucking nasty, and he just ate it. Great chin. Shut your lights off power in any punch. And he dominated on the ground and on Charles Oliveira, man. He got Charles Oliveira in a crucifix. Charles Oliveira tried to throw, but Ilia Topuria landed on top, man. He landed on top position. He passed the guard, and he got Charles Oliveira in a crucifix. And he escaped the leg lock positions after that. He won in every single avenue of this fight. Every single avenue in MMA you could think of, he won. He beat Charles Oliveira. He beat the submission artist in his own game. Kind of. He didn't beat him like submit him, but he was able to negate the grappling and a counter, reversal, get out. Able just to survive the grappling of Charles Oliveira. He got out of there. He survived it. He basically had this mentality. He's like, he's gonna take me down. Fuck it. I'm gonna go past his guard. I'm gonna position over submission. I'm gonna get my position. I'm gonna put him in a crucifix. I'm gonna try to get a submission. Ilia Topuria's mindset and his confidence is out of this fucking world, and it's just honestly a superpower in his fight game, dude. Just the knowledge where he goes into these fights is like, no way this guy's gonna fucking submit me. I'm gonna take the fight to him in that area where he thinks he's the best, and I'm gonna beat him at it. And what he is good at. He is good at everywhere, man. He's too good everywhere. To where you cannot really beat this guy at all. You cannot beat this guy. You cannot beat this guy. Ilia Topuria, man. Literally a fucking final boss of all final bosses, man. We've never seen somebody... I mean, we had Conor, but we never seen somebody so well-rounded. So devastating. Like Ilia Topuria ever. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. And now that we know that he can grapple... It's like, I mean, we've been on he can grapple, but grapple on the level of Charles Oliveira? I don't know, man. We're looking at a future GOAT here, man. Future GOAT. Definitely probably almost there, man. But future GOAT, Ilia Topuria, dude. I don't even know if I played my reaction yet for the fucking knockout, but it was just so much disbelief in my face to where I couldn't just honestly... like digest what I just saw. But Ilia Topuria, man, Thanos of the division, Thanos of the UFC, man. I honestly think Ilia Topuria knocks out Sean Strickland. I mean, I'm just kidding, but he probably could. But Ilia Topuria, man, what else can I say? Ilia Topuria is going to move up to 170. I know he probably is. And I just want to see if... Okay, I don't know if no one's talking about this, but Ilia Topuria versus JDM will be a crazy fight, man. Crazy fight. Ilia Topuria, JDM, Ilia Islam. We'll see what happens. Islam moves back down. He's getting knocked out. Islam stays at 170. Ilia has a really good chance of winning. Or Islam has a better chance of winning. But as I see it right now, Ilia kills everybody. Kills Islam. Kills Patty. Absolutely annihilates Gaethje. Puts Armin on a stretcher. Sends Islam to the fucking ER. No one's going to beat this guy. No one's going to beat him. And when someone does, I will be so fucking shocked. Because Ilia is honestly looking like the most skilled fighter of all time. Other than John Jones. But John Jones, he's not putting people out in fucking round one with devastating boxing. Ilia is. And Ilia, he's one of the he's probably like the most well-rounded, great fighter of all time. I shouldn't say that because you got like GSP. But I'm just so overwhelmed by how good he is that I will say anything right now. I will say he's greater than anybody ever. But yeah, man. That is the video, guys. That is the UFC 317 recap. I had a great time on stream with you guys watching. Thank you guys for who are in the stream, commenting, live chatting with me. It was great. It was a great experience with you guys, man. And honestly, I'm going to be streaming again probably this weekend. This weekend, Lewis versus Teixeira. We're going to see what's up with that card. And we're going to stream, have some good times. And yeah, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. This absolute card of the year, man. But let's wrap it up, boys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stick around. Watch some other videos of mine. Stay tuned for more streams during the week or on the weekend. I'll see you guys later. Peace.